Right, okay, welcome to the Advertising Net. This is the second training video which I've made for you so that give you a better idea with regards to how to set up your website. I'm going to go into a lot more details with regards to the content and the keywords, choosing the right keywords, etc. This is very important, these particular parts here, so I'm going to go into more details regarding that. Before we do that though, it's very important that before you set all this up and start throwing your title in the description, your website, etc., that you do a little bit of research before. It's really important, because the most important thing is that you can put any subject line you like in there, and that'll get ranked high on Google if you put that subject line in there within 3 or 4 days, and it'll probably come up at #1. But the fact is, if no one's searching for that particular title that you put in there, then it's not going to bring you any traffic, and that's pointless. So it's very important that you take your time, that you do the research correctly here, that you fill this out in the best possible way, so that even if it takes 2, 3 or 4 weeks, or maybe even maybe another week or two longer for your website with the Advertising Net to then start crawling up the rankings on Google and other search engines, then it's going to be far better for you with regards to that, because if you've got the right title in there that's going to attract searches each and every month, then it's going to be more beneficial for you with regards to your opportunity here with the Advertising Net. So let's just do a little bit of an example with regards to research. The first thing you need to do, and I'm just going to think of something off the top of my head. I'm thinking maybe of a local business in a local town where they offer a service, and what they're trying to do is they're going to try and find people that are looking for their particular service. And I'm not going to take a little town that's probably only got maybe 1,000 or 2,000 people. I'm going to take quite a large town. So what I'm going to do, let's have a look at gardening services. Let's say London. London's a pretty big town. What it used to be when I lived there. Anyway. Now, what comes up here, obviously, and there's a lot of sponsored stuff which comes up here with regards to that. I mean, this is pretty generic what I've got here, and it's pretty general with regards to search terms. But you can see #1 on the listings we've got here, #2, #3, garden services, London, etc. So, I mean, all you need to do is put in whatever particular opportunity that you're in, if you're in network marketing, or if you've got a product that you're trying to promote, or indeed you do have a local business, then you're trying to attract local custom, then you need to put in the details here of what your company is and the town where you are, and then that's going to give you some idea of what your competition is. And it's very important to understand your competition and see what your competition's doing, so that you can learn from them. Right, we've got one here that's top, so let's click on this one here, Inside Out Gardening. Okay, now they've got a pretty clean website, to say the least. Alright, but we're not interested in what they have on the front there. What we're interested in is what they have behind it. And so how do we find that out? Well, if you're in Google Chrome, which is what I'm using at the moment, you can do this with Internet Explorer, also with Mozilla or Safari or whatever. You can click to look at the tools, so that you can then see what the HTML is behind, and Quelltextanzeigen in German. You see, you've learned some new German there today. Now, the most important thing about this is that you can see exactly how their web page is made up. Now, a lot of this stuff is going to be totally uninteresting to you. I understand that. The most important things that we're looking for are these things that we have at the top here. I'm going to highlight them, okay? Because in here, what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at what they put in there for a title. They've got Inside Out Gardening and Landscaping Services, London. Inside Out Gardening. Now, the description is professional gardening and landscaping services in North London, including garden landscaping, garden maintenance, and garden design. Okay, that's pretty good description. But then we look at the keywords, and we've got gardening, gardeners, garden maintenance, landscape design, construction, maintenance, gardening, service. Okay, now you'll also notice here that they've got a comma after the gardening and a comma after gardeners, and then after that they've left it all as it is. There's not a particular trick or anything they're doing. but it gives you an idea of all the keywords that this particular website is using. Now, this particular website is obviously, it's got a lot of SEO, a lot of search engine optimization. It's probably been done professionally, and it probably cost them a lot of money in order to get to the position that they're in Google right now. But I guarantee you that they're getting an awful lot of leads which they're generating from that, because they're right up there #1 on Google. That's important to understand. Okay, so you can learn from these sort of things from your competition. You can learn by looking at what they've got as a title. You can learn by looking at what they've written down with regards to their description and what particular keywords they're actually using there. Okay, I'm going to close that off. Back here to this particular website. Again, all you need to do is look at the title. They've got their Inside Out Gardening, which matches Garden Landscaping and Maintenance Services for London. Okay, and here, this is really important, Garden Landscaping and Maintenance Services for London. You see, because the keywords that I put in was gardening, services, London, and here we have garden, services, and then London. See, 3 of the keywords from the keywords that I put in are actually in this title here. And what you also notice is that gardening is up there. You've got landscaping, which is here again as well. You've got maintenance, and you've got maintenance there, and then you've got services for London, and here you've got services for London. See, already we're seeing twice gardening or landscaping, we're seeing twice already here. Then also when we start to look at the text which is on here, and there's not much text on here, there's hardly any information on this at all. Yeah, and that's what's pretty impressive regarding that, because it's #1 on Google. When you look at, you've got Inside Out, you've got gardening again, so that's now 3 times, and you've got London, which is again 3 times. You've got landscaping, which is 3 times. You've got maintenance services, which is 3 times. Now, that should start to give you some idea with regards to keywords and keyword phrases that 3 times they should be appearing on your page. Okay, now I'm going to go back to Google. Now, what you can do, what I highly recommend that you do, even if you're looking to promote your own opportunity, then put your own particular website into the address bar, and then actually have a look at all the HTML and how it's been set out by your company that you're working with, or indeed if you've got your own web pages, then you obviously, if you've got your own web pages and you've uploaded your own web pages, then there's a very good chance that you know what you're doing. So, but the other important thing to look at here is the amount of results that come up for that. There's 141 million results come up for that. That's quite a lot, to be honest with you. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to see exactly how many people are searching for this keyword term that I've got here. And how we do that is that we go to Google AdWords keyword tool. And if you don't know what that is, then all you need to do, and I'm going to put it in here for you now. I'll put in, if you go to Google and put in keyword tool, then it will come up. Okay, then all you need to do is just click on Google keyword tool, and then this web page will come up here. You can choose your language. Obviously I've got it in English, United Kingdom. It automatically defaults to German where I live, but I've changed it now to English. And then what we do, we're going to put in what I just said, Gardening Services London. Okay, now you can choose all locations if you want, and that's what I'm going to do, or you can actually choose whereabouts. For example, you could choose United Kingdom, you could choose just in English, or you could choose Germany, or you can choose all the different countries that are here and everything else. Okay, I'm actually going to leave it all countries and all languages for now, just for this particular experiment. Okay. Now what you have to do once you've come to this is free. This is free, it doesn't cost you anything. Everyone can use this. If you go, what you need to do, you need to fill out the captcha thing here. So I put in moons, then I put in APANIS. Keep my fingers crossed and hope that I've done it right. Oh, I have. Good. Okay. Right. Okay. So here we look, Gardening Services London. When you scroll down, okay, we can then see. This is the keyword term that I put in. Over here we see the competition is high. That means there's an awful lot of websites that are competing for these particular keywords that I've got here, or this keyword phrase. But what you can also see here is that there's 720 people each month that actually search for that particular term. Okay. Now if we look down here, there's some ones that are related, that are closely related to what we have here. We've got Garden Services London, and that is high competition again, and there's 880 people searching. So that's not bad. I mean, there's 720 people there in London searching for gardening services each month, and they're number one there on Google with the Google ranking. So there's a good chance they're generating quite a number of leads with regards to their business there in London. If they're a national company, then maybe they've got a website which is targeting all of the different towns where they are based. So that could happen. See, what happens here is when you've got garden services, this is more general. There's no specification with regards to London. If someone puts in garden services, then there might be medium competition, but there's going to be an awful lot of websites come up because there's 110,000 people each month search for garden services. But the fact is that we've chose all countries and all languages, so there's a good chance that most of those are going to be in America. Most of them are going to be outside of the town where you live, and obviously, you need a local gardening company if you need some gardening work done. Or indeed, if you're a garden company, then you need to look locally. You don't want to be driving 200 or 300 miles just to do a small put a couple of rose bushes in someone's back garden that's 200 miles away. So you need to make sure that you localize it and you get it as near as possible. So if you live in London and you need a gardening service, you're going to go online and you go gardening services London, and it's going to narrow it down. Okay. So that's how this here works. But the great thing about this is that you can then use it for your business and for your website that you're setting up with the advertising net. Now what I want to do here is I want to show you what not to do, because there's a lot of people, they get excited when they put this into this here and then they click, and then all of a sudden they get lots and lots of big numbers coming up. And as you can see here, Make Money Online is 823,000 searches each and every month globally online for that particular phrase. Now again, it's very general. It doesn't specify anything in particular of what that particular opportunity is, what you need to do to make money online. And the thing is, you've got high competition here, and if you try to let's say for example we're in here and your ad title is going to be make money online. I'm sorry, but as good as the advertising net is with regards to getting your website ranked high on the search engines, it's going to find very, very difficult to get you up to number one with regards to Make Money Online. It is not going to happen. You have to be realistic about this. You have to understand the fact that if you're very broad with regards to that, then it's really a waste of time, and you want to make sure that you get the most out of the website that you're setting up with the advertising net. Okay, so now you understand the fact that you need to keep away from these particular things. Even if you put over here where it's got match type, that's broad. Okay, and when you put broad, then what it's going to do is it's going to bring all these other different keyword phrases that come up and how many people are searching for them, etc., etc., etc. You can look at all of those, and there may be some smaller ones down here, Making Money Online for Beginners, and you might think that that's medium competition. There's only 880 searches for it. Yeah, it may be, but to be honest with you, it's again anything with make money and online in your keyword phrase. They're the sort of things that you really need to try and keep away from, because you're just up against too much competition with regards to that. If you click on exact, it will then reload it. Okay, now here you will see in brackets Make Money Online. Yeah, this is where people go to their search engines, and that's the only 3 words they put in there, Make Money Online, and that's 110,000 global searches each month on the internet for that particular Make Money Online, exactly as what they put it in there. When someone's here, we've got Make Money Online, there could be another word before it, or there could be another word after it, and that is what they call a broad search. Now if you want a phrase, you can click on phrase, and then this will open up as well. And some people when they go online, they do a search, they can put the apostrophes before it and put the apostrophes after it, because some people know that if they do that, then they will get an exact match, or they will get a phrase that comes up. And phrases is very important, because that's where we want to work with regards to setting up our advertising net website. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop this video now. I'm going to carry on with the next one, and I'll carry on from where this one left off. So I'll see you in just a minute.